today's exercises, but it'll be upper and lower body, a little bit of abs, and a little bit of cardio. So nice, quick, and you'll be on your way. What I have today, I don't have a big space, as you can see, don't need a lot of room. I have a stick here, it could be a broomstick, or I actually have my, normally my mobility stick to do, but today I'm just going to use this for the warm-up. I also have a chair and 2 cans of food. They're 450 grams, so half a kilo roughly, and we'll do a little bit of light arm work with that. So, alright, to start off with, a bit of a warm-up. So I always like to warm up the shoulders, so I'm going to do a little bit of raising the hands above, sort of a bit wider as you can see than shoulder width, just bringing them back. I'll turn it this way. Normally a lot of us sitting at desks and chairs, tables, tend to be very tight in the shoulders, so I've done about half a dozen, 8 or 9 I suppose. Come around, widen it out a little bit further, go back a little bit further. So, start off slow. I have obviously gone a bit of a cracking pace there to start with, but please start a little bit slower and only work within the comfort range. So if you find that it's quite painful, we don't do them. Just you might be able to do a couple. All right. So now I'm going to hold it here for a little bit and then slowly widening my hands down below. Nice stretch coming up and over. So I did 2 of those. Good. And back. Alright, so shoulders, feel that? All those muscles up there, just got a little bit of a wake up. This time I'm going to put this crook with my elbows and slowly one way and the other. Keeping my feet fairly loose, so I'm not pinning myself to the ground. I'm allowing a bit of nice rotation. Okay, so these are all dynamic stretches, movement and stretch, trying to get that blood into the muscles to warm them up. Cool, alright. For that, now we're going to do hips straight to the camera, end of the stick facing the camera, and I'm going to do across and up. Again, a bit of a twisting of the torso, trying to keep the hips straight, but moving the top half. Okay. Again, probably just half a dozen on one side. Again, any pain, make note of it. And we don't want to work with any outside any range that's giving us pain. We work inside it, keeping it below that pain level. So, alrighty. Last one I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of reaching down, balancing with the stick, pushing the legs straight back, trying to keep the hips square, not trying to roll, and like so. So reaching down, I can feel that stretch down this leg here, backside and the hamstring. And again, so reaching down, just staying on the one side. Can actually swap this over if you like, and you can actually go this way, so it's opposite arm, but I'm going to do same side, just coming down, get it right, Matt, and putting a bit of weight on the stick, leaning there, keeping my balance. Alright, so use the chair as much as you can today. I know everyone's got a chair at home, everyone's probably got 2 cans of food, and get into it. So, to start off with, we're going to do some push-ups on the chair. Nice and straight, trying to bend the elbows, not do a duck dive like this. We're trying to bend the elbows. So I should be feeling that in the back of my arms and across the chest. Try not to keep your bum up in the air like so, and dive down. We want to try and keep ourselves nice and straight. Okay, cool. Alright, so now we're going to duck down to the lower end. We're going to do squats. So I'm going to use the chair, it's a bit of a guide. So now we're doing our lower half. So we're going to do upper half, lower half, upper half, lower half. So we're going to go out from school. So just kissing the chair with the back side, coming up. Trying not to lunge forward. Trying to come straight up. Imagine I've got a glass of water on my head. I want to keep that nice and still. Stick the bum out. Try not to let the toes come over the knees. Obviously counterbalance if I need to. Again, come down as far as you can. If you're only getting to a half squat, that's good. Okay, so now we're back upstairs. We're going to go for the dips, back of the arms, yes, so extending out. In myself, obviously harder here, easier here. Down we go. 1, 2, 3. Trying to keep those elbows from flaring out. Come out a little bit further. Pushing down, straighten up. Trying to extend and straighten those arms. Myself back in. Thank goodness for the chair, you might be saying. Alright, so now we're going to go back downstairs, one leg at a time. We're going to do a split squat. So one leg up on the chair, one out. Take a little bit of a wider stance than normal. Okay, you'll find that a bit easier to lunge down. So down and straight up. So down, again trying to push straight up, not forward. Should feel it in this leg here, the bend, and should feel it in the leg that's got the weight on it, through the backside and the hammy. Please, if through the knee, then you could be finding that you're coming too far forward, putting a lot of pressure on your knee. One more. Right. Always remember to squeeze your abs, help with your balance while you're doing these. Helps immensely. You always find that one side might be better balanced, better range of motion, less pain. Perfectly normal. Should be feeling the weight through all the foot as opposed to just on the toes. Alright, so we've done our leg exercise. Back upstairs. We're going to do some shoulder taps. We're going to do here, taking the weight, the palms of our hands, trying to keep our bum up, tucking our pelvis under, belly button to chin. That always activates the abs. And pushing down. So I always find it a bit easier to put the hands in the middle of the chair, so I'm not pushing the chair one way or the other. 1, 2, 3. Keeping those abs squeezed all the time. 10 on each side. Great. All right. Back downstairs, we're going to do the step up. So I've got some clearance here, make sure, look up. No problem with that. Starting with the left leg, I'm going to use the left leg 10 times. Again, trying to lift straight up, not trying to lunge forward. Full extension. Sit, trying to keep the middle half nice and straight, not hunched over. Back to the onto the right side now, so up. Thinking I want to use the back side, the back of the leg to push up and not just use the quads. Push a little bit through the heel, feel it. straight up. One more. All this change of height, you think, well, I want to jump around and do some cardio, as you can feel. But here I'm got a little bit of breathlessness, and all that change of height, making my heart work hard, and getting my heart rate up. So, don't worry, you're doing the cardio. Alrighty, so now we're down for the lower end of town again. Oh no, we just did that, my bad. Arm curls, so I've got my cans, and I can do singles or doubles. Lots of ways you can do the arm curls, but the important part is that here, through the middle section, is the important bit. Right there, maximum force. You're obviously counterbalancing this with your back muscles. I always tension up my backside, tense that, squeeze the butt, and lock the back, so keep that nice and tight. Relax, and you leave yourself open to injury. So keeping them squeezing. You notice I've got an underhand grip. Always different ways. You can do an overhand grip. It's a bit different. You can have a hammer curl, but we're sticking with traditional. A little bit at an angle, as you can see. But I feel it. So I've done enough there to feel like, okay, they're awake now. It's only half a kilo in these hands, but believe me, do enough of them and you'll feel it. All right, so downstairs, this time we're going to do a step down. The chair, so this time we're up on the chair, we're going to come down, touch the ground with the toes, then straight back up. So it's 1, 2, 3, just a light touch. Try not to take too much weight on that foot that's going down. Try and keep all the weight through this leg that's on the chair. And swapping, that's 10. Let's give my knee a good workout. As you can see, well, I can feel it, right to left. A little bit more weight having to come through on the left, but again, we call it a regression. In other words, I've downgraded the exercise to suit my ability. There we go. You still feel that, the leg, and also through the back. Alrighty, bent over rows. So we can do these at a lower level where we stick the bum out. Lower level, by that I mean is the light weights, get the form right. Keeping the elbows in, don't flare out. It's like I want to put the cans in my pockets. So I'm coming back like that. Imagine I had a barbell. I'd be putting it into just underneath my belly button, almost into the crease of my hip. Bring those elbows back behind the body, trying to squeeze those shoulder blades. So this one, I'm going to get the chair. And I'm going to pick the chair up. So, important here now, good brace, squeeze the tummy, picking the chair up. So it's quite functional as opposed to a barbell, which is quite traditional. So I'm coming up. Careful not to knock myself in the head. You definitely feel that. Not only in my back, I can feel it here. They're all trying to assist. It's important that, again, work within your comfort level. Find that a little bit difficult, put the chair down, grab the cans, and then do it. All right, lots of variations for those. But okay, so that's our bent over rows. Now what we're going to do is single-legged toe taps. So here we can use the back of the chair to lean on, or you can do it without. So I'm going to keep the chair next to me. This hand is going to come down and touch this foot. So same arm with the one that goes back touches the opposite foot. So I'll shut up and do it. And what I'm trying to do is not allow my body to twist, as you can see, like this, but I want that leg to go straight back. I'm wanting to come down and touch the toes. Get down to the shins, it's all right, but it's important I don't just curl my body. So if I was able to do it this way for you, I don't want this. All right, I want to try and keep my line straight. And even if I only make it out to there, then I can definitely feel that running down the back of this leg. Some people say straight leg, bent leg. Well, this leg is slightly bent. I feel like I have the strength. If I don't, I might be more inclined to lock the knee and just come down until I get my confidence. All right, so we'll do the other side. So balancing on this side, this leg going back, this hand coming down, touching the opposite. All right, so you can see, trying to keep my hand in nice and close. If I had a dumbbell, in this case, I would be like so, progressing it to something where I can work on my balance as well. But it's important I keep whatever weight I've got going up and down the shin nice and close. If I bring it out here, like I see a lot do, up there, all goes in the back. Ouch, the weight. Alrighty, so those hamstrings are on fire, I can feel them. Got a good stretch. So even if you have short hamstrings or tight hamstrings, just doing these each day, pretty good idea. Just start off like so, and then eventually you'll be able to get some good stretch. So a really good one, I really like those single-legged toe taps. Great. Alrighty, so last of our upper body, upper cans. So here we go, we've got our cans, and this one's simply called empty cans. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the hands out, and as we do, it's almost like I'm going to tip the contents out. So in front of me, and tipping them out. So there's a slight rotation of the shoulders. Again, you notice this even with something like a 4 kilo dumbbell, these can be quite challenging. A lot of people with shoulder injuries find that when they rotate like that, they get impingement and pain in this arc. So we don't want that. We can find that sometimes if we have our hands with our thumbs out, coming up, it's okay. Doesn't hurt so much, but you are using slightly different muscles. Right? Or thumbs down, and again, using more of the back of the arms. This is more for the front and side. So, empty cans. And I can even just with half a kilo and doing these rotations, I can feel that all the way around the shoulders. Now be careful not just to shrug as you get up to here and shrug with your shoulders. Dead giveaway that you're just shrugging is you start to get neck pain. You're using your traps up here to do all the work. So a lot of people lift like this for old shoulders. Okay, so we've done our empty cans and now into side lunge. So we've got our last of our leg ones. Oh, my bad, I don't need that, do I? Side lunges. So we're basically coming across to one side and then back to the other. Come across this way because I've got enough room there. And out. Again, trying to keep the top half of the body inside the legs, not trying to lean out like so, but just out, and again, just working within the comfort range. So for me, Making sure that that extension out is not too far, and I'm actually sitting back, as you can see. It's almost like I want to sit on a chair behind me. So my bum goes out and down. Some of those little things you see or don't get explained to, where you just think, oh, okay, I'll lunge out to the side and I'll just drop myself down. I feel all this pain through here. No. Alrighty, so that's the end of our upper and lower. Now we're going to do just a little bit of ab work. So first one, leg tucks. Do sitting up on the front of the chair, turn this way, hands bracing on the side, okay, squeezing the abs. We're going to come out, touch the floor with the heels, and up. So knees up. Again, if you need to regress this, start to feel pain in your back, make sure that you're sitting upright, you're not slouched. Sitting up, you can just do singles. Okay, so I'm doing doubles here, and I'm thinking belly button to chin. So I'm trying to curl those legs up, really squeeze. I can feel it in the front of my legs as well, of course, because they're not actually touching the ground. I'm going to go into scissors. So scissors extending out. 10 on each side. You can feel that front of my hips, my hip flexor area. They get overused by a heck of a lot of us, and they're also, if you're sitting in this position all day in a chair, they become quite short. What that means is tight. So you find that these hip muscles here, you get quite short. Good to stretch them, but plus also, I guess, kicking, building those up. Okay, Russian twists. So we're going to do these. We can do them like so, the feet out. We can get our can, or 2 cans, and we can do like so. It's only about half, not even a kilo. But I'm going to actually put a bit of tension on there. I'm going to keep the legs up and rotate, bringing it down to my hip side. A bit of balance there. I'm trying to keep my legs still and not my hips, so they're not sort of like rotating like this, but as counterbalancing, trying to keep nice and still, feeling that bite into them now. Oh, they're alive. You can feel it. Can't quite feel it, and come right out to the edge of your chair. Again, balancing. Yeah, I can feel that. Okay, they're really on fire now, so we're going to do some wipers. So these ones, again, bracing on the chair, we're going to do wipers. So pretty much side to side. Just a little bit of a lift up, as you can see. Lowering the feet, raising them up. So it's a little bit of an arc. I guess wipers meaning a bit like wipers on a car windscreen. If you haven't heard that term before. And I'm also using my hands to brace and grip a bit, but definitely the abs are squeezed tight. A bit of a shake there. I think back to back with all those other ones, they really are starting to feel it in the front of the legs, just here. Alright, so we're going to do now is one called toe touches. So I don't really need the chair at this stage. Sorry, I just had a low battery warning on my phone. And what we can do, we can use the chair if you like, as a bit of a brace. And you can do these ones. but I'm going to put my feet up and coming up, toe touches. Straight as possible, keeping those legs. You do find that they'll get bent and you'll be like this. I'm going to try and keep them straight, pushing straight up. So really squeezing those abs and trying to get the top half of the body up to touch those toes. Alright, toe taps out the way. Okay, last one of the abs, that's the 6 abs, is side hip dips. So I'm going to, I guess, a little bit more stable, if I can move this over, is one foot in front of the other, so you've got a nice wide base. A little bit more challenging is one on top of the other. Elbow braced straight through the shoulder, so that weight's going down and into the elbow, down to the chair and up. Alright, 10 on one side, down, and 10 on the other. So extension up, stretching, contracting, keeping those abs nice and tight all the way. Yes, that's good. Alrighty. So that's our upper and lower and ab workout today. Don't forget a couple of stretches afterwards. Want to make sure that, particularly with those hip flexors, you might find that they're still humming along from when we did all of our little leg tucks and scissors and wipers. It's important that we give them a bit of a stretch. So we can do a bit of a running stance, ready, set, go. With this back leg, you want to raise that arm up above and slightly lean back. You should feel the stretch come down through your hip and down the front of your leg to your knee. And back a little bit, or lower that knee, lower the bend of the knee, leaning back. About a 15-second hold on the side. Stretch. So we've got the hip flexors here stretching, we've got the quads stretching, we've got the shoulder here, the lats, and the ribs for the abs. Okay, so we're going to come through into a bit of a straddle side stretch. Here we get our groin muscles. Leaning back a little bit, pushing the bum back a little bit as well. Bring a bit of weight through this heel. I can feel that in my backside, so I'm giving that glute a bit of a stretch. On the way, so down. Start to feel the strain in here. And then just a little bit of a lean back if you can. Put a weight in the heel, on this heel. Okay, easiest one. Cross the feet over, come down the knees, down the shins towards the toes. Stick the bum out. You should start to feel that in the back of your leg. Could be in both. Maybe the back one. Coming up slowly. Crossing over, doing the other side. Okay, now upper body, so we're going to do good old arm across, just trying to stretch the muscles, so giving that elbow a bit of a lock. I want to feel it here, just opening up the joint a little bit, but not too much. Slowly back. In this one, just locking it under the elbow. Just roll your thumb down on this hand, roll it down, and then just start to pull this arm across your body. You want to feel the stretching here. Not a big stretch, just a I suppose a medium stretch. I'm going to come up, reach across. So hands going up over the top of my head, reaching across. I've come up on the heel, and the heels come up off the floor. Feel the stretch down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this arm across the front of my body, and I'm going to lower and sweep, come up, and then stretch the other way. Reaching across, reaching that arm across to the wall, imaginary wall, there's one. Trying to get a good stretch down here. You should feel that ribs, cartilage, ribs. Your lats, if you roll a little bit back, feel it more down here. And again, lowering that arm, coming up. Now, a bit of tension in the neck. It's always good to do a few neck stretches. So what we're going to do is obviously tilt the neck one way. We can feel the stretch down here. Stretch the other way. I'm going to come to the middle. I'm going to drop my chin to try and touch my chest. Push down. I should feel the back of my neck stretching. Hold that stretch. And then up to the ceiling, give that front neck muscles a good stretch. I like that one, it's a good one. So, there you have it. I'll see you next time for the next lesson or next class. No animals, children, or cans of food were hurt in this recording.